Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Taurus Weekly Tarot Bite reading for the week of August 14th through the 20th. So this is a quick, energetic look at the week ahead for the sign of Taurus, and we're basing this reading off of the two themes that came up in the general collective reading for the week, which was posted on Sunday evening. So that was the never-ending story and the 10 of Pentacles. So we're all being asked this week. Sorry, guys, I have a hair in my face. We're all being asked this week to take a look at a past story we have carried with us that no longer serves us. It's time now to close this book in our book series of our own life and start fresh by opening up a new book and really looking to write that first sentence as to what this new version of yourself and what this new version of your life is going to look like. So when we think about what these stories could look like that we are looking to end for ourselves this week, these would be any type of story that somehow limits you in some aspect of your life experience. Now, I just did Scorpio's reading before yours, and I used an example as to this can be something, it can be something as large as because of your life experience, you have this ongoing story of I will always be the person unlucky in love, or I will always be the person who is abused by others in my life. Or it could be something as maybe not as, I wouldn't say insignificant, but something smaller, something kind of almost more pervasive, like someone's telling you when you were younger, maybe over and over again, that you are not athletically inclined, that you were clumsy, or that you were never going to be, physically fit like other people. And there's this sense of maybe that always limited you in what you chose to do in your physical activities. Maybe you didn't join that kickball league for fun, through your work because you were afraid, and it limited you in being, able to expand and network and have fun with your coworkers in that kind of way. Maybe you didn't dance your first dance at your wedding because you were afraid that you were going to make a fool of yourself. Maybe you didn't join the gym because you thought that other people were going to believe and feel the same way about you. But there's a sense here where a story like that can literally limit how you are able to grow in that aspect of your life experience. So really look at that this week. Where, Taurus, is there a story coming through that has limited you in expanding in some aspect of your life experience? So this could be even a story like, I don't know how to save money and I will never have enough money in the bank for what I want to do. Things along those lines where it's like, that's a very, it seems easy, but that can be a very difficult thing to get beyond, where you are stuck in this mindset of, I will always have to work harder than the average person because I'm constantly up against this sense of loss or lack, or I'll never have enough. Even though you might have a ton in the bank, you're still operating from that experience. So why we're all being asked to really look at what that story is for ourselves is because we have the 10 of Pentacles coming up as well. This is the long range goal for our life experience in the physical. This is what we want to achieve. This is what we want to save for. This is what we want to build. This is the legacy that we want to leave behind when our life experience is at its end in this in this world. So there's this broader energy coming through of us really being able to see a much larger picture for ourselves, but maybe something new that we'd like to build towards based on the new story that we're writing, the new book in our series that we're deciding to open that chapter up today, chapter 1, sentence 1, and we're going to start to write fresh, minus the old story. So we're going to see here, Taurus, what each of these mean for you specifically. So we're going to dive into seeing what this never-ending story is for you. What does Taurus need to know about the never-ending story? Yeah, we have Wheel of Fortune and 7 of Cups. There's a sense here of, it's been a period of, I think, Wheel of Fortune speaks to kind of fortune moving in your favor. It can speak to opportunity. But the 7 of Cups can speak to illusion, that there are all these things out there that you could possibly do. This can also be that there are all these people out there that you could possibly love. And the Wheel of Fortune speaks to this. I get the feeling, this continual feeling of looking beyond yourself for a sense of emotional fulfillment, that there's this feeling of, but I could do this, I could do that, I could do this, I could do that. When is this opportunity going to come in? What if this can also be where there's been a story of a lack of commitment, meaning that there was maybe multiple career paths that you tried to do and you were hoping for the opportunity from one of them, but you weren't really able to commit because then something else would come in and it was like, well, maybe that one's better. Same with people. This can be where maybe you've been dating and it's like, oh, well, this person was great, but before you get serious, you're like, I can't, what if there's somebody else out there for me? And there's always that kind of excuse of like, what if there's something better? What if there's a better job? What if there's a better person? What if there's a better place to live? That kind of feeling. There's a sense of not being able to say like, this is me. This is what I want. Because the Seven of Cups can speak to that search of trying to find outside of ourselves what's going to fulfill us. But the reality of the Seven of Cups, what it teaches us is it's our own cup that actually we need to focus on, not what's beyond us to fulfill us, but to actually realize we always hold a full cup. We hold the cup that actually honors, that includes all of our needs, our wants, our dreams, our desires, our hopes for the future, all of those things that need to be met, honored, and pursued in order for us to tap into that emotional well of connection to our life experience. And if we're not looking in our own cup to say, well, what are those needs I need to have met? What's my dream? Not what, this would be like kind of moving through the world saying, where is that job that's going to bring me emotional fulfillment? Where is that job that's going to, I don't know, this would be like constantly trying to find a job that was like in the nonprofit sector, just so that you could feel tied to something that was service oriented, even though maybe it really wasn't what you were passionate about. And you're hoping that every time you take this new job that is in some different nonprofit, you're like, this is what's gonna make me feel like I'm contributing to society. And the reality of it is you weren't looking in your own cup to say, actually, a dream that I hold within my heart or a need that I want to see met in this life experience is something totally separate from that. And it's not about me trying to, be of service through another company that is of service. It's about me trying to figure out how work can be work, but I can still be of service in another way. I can still volunteer my time towards the animal rescue center that actually is what I'm really passionate about. And even though I can't find a job in that sector, just being able to give back and working a job that is not in relation to that, suddenly you bring balance into your life. There's a sense here of, could be people-wise as well. Again, or maybe you are not committing to friend groups or to romantic love interest or something along those lines because you weren't looking in your own cup going, this is what I need from a future partner. This is a dream I have in the relationships I want to foster for the future. And saying, instead of like waiting for someone external to you to fulfill you or to come towards you, it's just saying, it's time for me to put my cup out there. So there's a level here of, I think for many of you Taurus, and I'm a Taurus sun sign included, I also have a Taurus placement in my Mars placements in Taurus. There's a sense of this is a new cycle that allows you to, instead of looking outside of yourself for the opportunity, you're creating the opportunities for yourself through commitment, through the love of the self, which is also your cup, but also your direct connection to your soul through that Ace of Cups, which is honoring your soul's needs, your soul's dreams, your soul's hopes and wishes, and that is how we find our purpose. So for many of you, this could be a next cycle where purpose is very front and foremost in your life experience. Okay, so for the 10 of Pentacles, we have the 2 of Swords and the 6 of Cups. So yes, there is a sense here of it's time to release yourself. So the 2 of Swords is we have been long sitting in a place of indecision. And the 6 of Cups is a tie to the past. Now, sometimes this can be making peace with the past, and that could be something, I think, Taurus, that many of us, myself included, have had difficulty doing, making peace with the past. This would be like sitting in that indecision of saying, do I go back to that person? Do I go back to the situation? What if it happens again? can I release that person or that situation or something from the past? And it's saying that in order for you to really have this future vision for yourself of what you want to achieve and allow your soul to really dictate that, that's what the Two of Swords asks you to do. Because the Two of Swords, the person can't physically, by looking at the two swords, determine which sword is their sword of truth. They look identical, they feel identical. But this individual actually has to go within and use their intuition. You can see that's why the moon is prominent in this depiction. She's using her intuition to be able to say, I can just feel what truth is more in alignment with me now, and I can release this thing from the past, whether this is a person, whether this was a situation, it could be even a work situation, whether this was just a way of being, because the Six of Cups can also speak to nostalgia, kind of looking back with rose-colored glasses. So I think for many of you, it's time to finally release whatever that was and use your intuition to really be that guide as to what is your new truth in the situation. How can you cut? It is almost like as you're closing this book and you're starting the new book, it's almost like that closing of the book cuts that final string for you. What is that final string, Taurus, that needs to be cut? Is it a tie to a relationship that devastated you? Is it a tie to a work environment that burned you out? Is it a tie to a family experience where you weren't understood? Is it, you choose whatever that is, but you have a beautiful chance to finally sever that cord for good. And again, I want to reiterate, this is a new cycle, Taurus, where you get to make your own opportunities. It's not about waiting for others to come to you. It's not about keeping your eye out to what's a better opportunity. It's about building it from your soul. What does your soul yearn for? What does your soul need to experience? And again, that's how you find purpose. In order to build that new Ten of Pentacles, you have to cut the tie with the past. Okay, let's see. And this could even be where, because sometimes the Six of Cups can also speak to bringing a gift from the past forward through making peace with the past, or through just being able to tap into a part of yourself that maybe you emotionally disconnected to. So this could actually be too, where for some of you, you might be connecting with something from your past that you used to love, and there's a sense that now this is the time to bring that forward. Maybe it wasn't then, but it is now. It can also be where maybe you had walked away from something or someone. I'm not saying this is a time to get back with someone from the past. In fact, more so, this is speaking to cutting that. If there is somebody from the past that's really kind of, there's that never-ending story coming through. But if this is more around more around, let's say, a talent or something that you used to love doing, or a version of yourself that was really positive for you, this could be saying that maybe there's an opportunity now for you to bring this part of yourself forward, and that's what you get to capitalize on. Again, your soul has to really speak to that, though. This could be you have a love of painting, and suddenly you're like, this is my purpose. I want to paint or teach people how to paint, or it could be something where you, again, always loved animals, and now you really want, your soul is calling for you to work with animals in any way you can, whatever that looks like. Okay, so Flamingo Spirit, it says embrace the in-between with number 26. I love that number because it breaks down to the number 8. Number 8 is all about personal empowerment, empowered leadership, and physical abundance. But I like that it says embrace the in-between, because when we think about, especially when we're going from a version of ourselves where we were hoping that something was going to come in and make us happy or fulfill us, or, again, that job was just going to land in our lap and suddenly that would be the answer to everything, or that person was going to come in and suddenly that would be the answer to everything. And now we're being asked to commit to ourselves, commit to what our soul truly wants. There's going to be that little bit of, I get the feeling kind of like, okay, dancing. We're almost feeling like how a flamingo is on those really long legs on stilts. But they can stand on one leg for a long period of time and balance themselves. And there's a sense of gaining balance and footing. So this could be that week where it's like, okay, I'm cutting that tie finally. I'm getting in touch with what my soul is speaking to. And now I've got to just, okay, get myself in alignment. Embrace that this is going to be an in-between time. Embrace that I might have to walk away from something. Embrace that I might have to release something on an emotional level. But I finally have an eye to the future. I'm stable. I'm grounded. And what is this new opportunity I'm going to create for myself in this next cycle? All right, I'm going to leave it there, Taurus. I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead. If you'd like to book your own personal reading to really get back in touch with your own soul and kind of illuminate that sense of purpose and passion for yourself, you can click on the link in the description box below to visit my website. Otherwise, you can go ahead and view your own signs, full tarot scope reading for the month of August. If you haven't done that, they're all up on my channel. And if you would like to receive notifications when my weekly and monthly readings are posted, feel free to subscribe to the channel if you would like to. I greatly appreciate it. All right, Taurus, I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.